Welcome back to the House of Cards, everybody. Thanks again for joining us. Today, we are going to do two quick things. One being a quick recap of the Mint Collective that happened in Las Vegas not too long ago. I was a dealer there, so I wanted to share sort of some of my feedback about kind of the trends I saw and kind of what was happening at the Mint. It'll be, a pretty simple recap. I'll show a couple cards I picked up and maybe talk about some stuff that was selling there particularly. And then we want to do a quick PSA reveal. And it will be I think it's only like a 4-card reveal, so pretty quick, but just got a nice little PSA order in today, so wanted to add that into this video. So more bang for your buck. All right, guys. Well, if you haven't yet subscribed, now's the time. Hit the subscribe button. That'd be amazing. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. Were you at the Mint? Did you have any positive, negative experiences? What did you grab there? What did you like, in terms of the vendors and the exhibitors and the people giving out stuff and all the things? Did you feel like it was a good event overall? And then, of course, if you have any comments about my PSA order, I'd love to hear it too. So we'll get right into it, starting off with the Mint recap. So the Mint happened this past April, I think it was about April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, I believe, if my brain is working correctly. But it was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, first weekend of the month of April, and definitely was a fun experience as a dealer. I did this the first year or two, which was last year, which was very successful in terms of sales and revenue on from a dealer perspective. This year they did change a few things. They made the marketplace, aka the dealer table, is about twice the size as it was last year, so a lot more dealers. And also they decided to move all of the speaking panels and discussions to Friday morning / afternoon, which then left Saturday and Sunday purely to be a marketplace time, which I thought was smart, because last year a lot of people were kind of dividing their time between going to the panels and then also trying to check out the marketplace. So this way it kind of separated it out. So overall, very good improvements from last year, in my opinion. Having more dealers there also meant that, the wealth was spread around a little bit more than last year. So it wasn't quite as financially, successful for me, but it was close. So I think definitely, with the change of the market, prices coming down a little bit, everything, basically to be said, it's still a solid show based on those factors alone. So definitely have nothing negative to say about the traffic or the number of buyers there. To be blunt, there was quite a few pre-pack buyers and bulk buyers that came in specifically on Friday during the VIP time. So Friday night was basically from 7 to 10 p.m. was for VIP ticket holders to come and just get like kind of first dibs at everything that the dealers had out. So we had to set up for a few hours. During those 3 hours, we did probably as much sales as we did, on the Saturday, because a lot of those bulk buyers were out in full force. So kind of the going rate that I noticed was about 85% of comps is what a lot of the bulk guys were trying to pay, which I think is not a fair number. Is a fair number, because I do believe that, if you're on eBay and you're selling there, that's, roughly 15% in fees, give or take a point or two, is kind of commonplace on eBay. So it's similar to selling your cards on eBay, as long as you guys can come up with a fair comp. So that was pretty much the bulk of Friday, was dealing with those bulk buyers who ended up wiping out a lot of our inventory pretty early on. They definitely cherry picked out some of the better stuff. And then Saturday and Sunday, I noticed was a lot more collectors and a lot more just kind of locals that came out to check out the show. So it was a good mix of sort of, dealer to dealer sales, and then also collectors and just, local people that were, spending, of course, a lot less, but, still buying, the $100, $200, $300 cards, which, is kind of the trend we've noticed in general at card shows, is the sweet spot. 100 to 500 is sort of that nice spot that a lot of people aren't, too shy about jumping into. The big cards, the $5,000 and up cards, definitely continue to struggle. I do think that there is a little bit of a pushback on those right now because of the market and people's kind of, a little bit of a hesitancy to spend that much money on a card that they may have a little bit of a reservation on. I think, if you're looking at blue chip cards that have kind of sustained over long periods of time and it has a lot of history, I think those are still fine. You're going to get, premium dollars for, big, like, Shohei rookies or, Fleer Jordans or things like that. I think you're still pretty safe. I think it's more of the kind of unproven rookie guys. People aren't dropping $30,000 on a first year of, Anthony Edwards card anymore. That's probably, those days have kind of passed. So, unless you have like a truly unique 101, logo man or something along those lines, you're not gonna, pull the numbers that you were, a year and a half ago. So overall, that was kind of the gist of selling there. There definitely was a lot of people looking to trade. Definitely a few people trying to sell to the dealers, which, again, I think is fine. A couple dealers were heavily buying, so they had tables set up to just do nothing but process inventory and to buy stuff. So they were definitely very popular. We definitely sent people over to them if there was stuff that we weren't interested in. So we were able to at least, give them a follow-up option to go sell their stuff. But overall, yeah, it was a great show. All the big guys were there. PSA was there doing on-site grading, which is great. I actually had a handful of cards that I did on-site. They could do a little bit better on their, kind of pickup time frames. It definitely got a little bit later. Actually, the pickups ended up being after the show was over. People were still waiting 45 minutes to an hour to grab their cards post-show, which was tough when people were trying to get on flights and stuff home. But I know it's a lot, and it's a world that I don't, understand well enough to be able to be critical of. But, maybe just trying to time it a little bit better so people can get their cards before the show is over would be my only complaint. Couple things that I picked up at the show I'll share with you guys. I did a nice trade here, got into this John Morant pink Velocity. I like the pink with Ja because I think, he wears a lot in his shoes, and, it kind of shows up randomly in Grizzlies kind of attire. So the pink is a beautiful colorway for these cards. 79 is the number this is out of. So short print, pink Velocity, Ja, and a PSA 10. Of course, with the playoffs going on with Memphis, probably favored to at least win the first round. I'm going to try and obviously maximize the value of this card during the playoffs. The other card that I got, which is really cool, is this 1969 Moderna Pele card. So I would say card's not a card. It's more of a kind of a cutout stickery thing. This was brought up to me by a fellow who got this, according to his story, from his grandfather, which he graded. But it's the highest grade out there. It's in the BVG because of the year. So Beckett vintage grading is how this got slabbed. There are a few sales, but they were all in PSA grade. So they were in like 2s and 4s is all I was able to find when searching for comps. So it was a little bit of a tricky comp because, you're trying to comp it to a PSA 2 or PSA 4. Into a Beckett, 8, it's a little bit of a hard one. But we came up with a fair number I thought was good. I ended up trading into this and paying a little bit of cash on top. So beautiful looking card. Love Pele. Love the yellow background. Makes it pop. And yeah, so those are my two kind of bigger pickups from the show. Got a couple little small things too here and there. Definitely spent some money alongside making some money. So that was positive. So overall, I give it an A-. Couldn't really ask for too much more. The show was smooth. Check-in was smooth. Everyone seemed to have a good time. I was a dealer that was successful because of my price points in my inventory. So I don't know about the guys that had these massive cards, but, it's kind of one of those things we got to all adjust to right now in the current market, right? So anyways, that was that. So let's jump into this PSA reveal. Like I said, it's like a 4-card reveal. I think there's a non-sports and sports in here, so nothing too boring, hopefully. And yeah, PSA's been doing really good. I've noticed their times are getting a lot shorter. Processing seems to be happening a lot quicker. And yeah, that's all we ask for, right? Is just get us our stuff back in a timely manner, and we're all happy, right? Yeah, so there we go. 4 cards. Let me just look at the time frames just to have a reference point for you all. I think it's always useful to know sort of what's going on in the, PSA turnaround times, because everyone always asks. There's still a lot of rumors out there that PSA is taking like 6 months to return stuff, which is not true. All right, so this one got order processed on March 20th. So I submitted it on March 9th, so assume that it took, 3-4 days to get to them. And then it took another, call it, about a week for them to enter it into the system. So it got entered in the system on March 20th. And then I got it back today, which is April 11th, right? Yeah, something like that. So basically, from the day I submitted it, which was March 9th to today, so just a smidge over a month. So I don't think that's too bad. And this was sent in at the regular card level, the value level at $25. So I didn't send in 20 cards to get the discount. I just sent it in on regular. So again, a month for value. I think that's a pretty good turnaround time, guys. So can't complain about that at all. compared to what we went through over the past couple years. All right. Well, here's one of my favorite cards. I'm glad I got this back. This is a beauty. Obviously, the card's beautiful too. The Stunning Starless is a Leaf Pamela Anderson autograph. This is the on-card autograph, and I think it's a numbered parallel too. Got a 10. Heck yeah. So this is numbered out of 10. Yep. So this is 6 out of 10, it looks like. So yeah, beautiful card. You see the on-card auto. That's what you want. Nice auto, all stayed on the card, so she did a really good job. Just gorgeous. So 2017 Leaf, so a little bit older set. I just like the picture. She has a couple other Leaf cards that the picture's not quite as appealing, but that one looked really nice. So yeah, this is great. Good start. All right, let's move on. So here's a little Damian Lillard card. I'm up here in the Northwest and do a lot of shows in Oregon, so his cards always move really well. So this is out of Prism. This is 2013, so second year Prism. This is the red hot insert. Blue parallel, I believe, numbered out of 49, and that got a 10. Oh, Select. My bad, not Prism. Sorry, Select. Yeah, it's a nice card. Nothing too crazy. Probably, you know, call it $100 or something, but still, nice card. I think someone in Portland will really like this card. All right, next is a Tom Brady Bowman Chrome. I've actually graded this card a lot of times. It's a pretty easy card to grade. It does have the all black border, but with the chromium, it kind of keeps it from chipping too much. So just sent this in. It was a cheap card, decided why not, and came back a 9, so that's okay. I've gotten a few 10s before, but this one got a 9, unfortunately. It might have been something, but there's nothing major when I looked into it. So, again, in a 9 is not a super expensive card, maybe like $50, so nothing crazy. In a 10, I think it goes for a couple hundred now. At one point, those were going for a lot of money in a 10. They definitely have cooled off since then. And then the last card's another kind of, you know, just kind of mid card, nothing crazy. Jalen Hurts, this is his rookie select. This is just the concourse, though. And it's the silver parallel. There you go, got a 10, so not bad. So again, I think in a 10, this is maybe $150, $200 card, somewhere around there. So nice little silver 10 there. So there you go. Quick little 4-card return. Again, nothing too crazy. Hope you guys enjoyed that video, guys. I think that was just a quick recap of the Mint. If you didn't make it this year, I do highly suggest trying to go next year. It's super fun. Plus, you're in Vegas, so it adds another layer of fun to it, so you can go out and kind of play in the night after the card shows. But anyways, let me know your thoughts. Tell me about your experience at the Mint if you went, and go from there. Have a great time with your week and your weekend. Hopefully you guys go check out some card shows. Again, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and we will talk soon. All right, later. Peace.